Oh, good morning. It's Matt. Welcome to today's RC chat. Okay, a couple of topics for today. So today is going to be slightly longer than yesterday. Topic number one, new flying wing here with me and built the same day. Happy days. Topic number two is the FMS Edge 540. Number three is a couple of episodes which are going to come out very, very shortly. I got a new quad here as well, which I broke pretty much instantly. Would you expect anything less? Mental win reports. Look at that! That's going to be amazeballs on the slope. And what was the last topic? Oh yeah, a very curious one. You get to choose the next model which gets built and reviewed, in short. So do hang around for that one because there is a fantastic... You might be able to sell from my tabs which I got on my screen where we're going with this one. So anyway, new flying wing. Where's my tabs? There we go. New flying wing. Now I saw this one pop up on Banggood a short while ago. I looked at it and I was thinking, well... Oh, come on. I've seen the rainbow wing and you saw that I failed trying to overpower that because it would just flap. So I got this one and I kept it on the quiet that I was going to buy it. And the reason why I kept it on the quiet because I didn't know what it was going to be like. But yesterday it arrived in a little box and we've got an unboxing video of that which... Okay, I have been and... already been and done the video for that one, the unboxing. That is available in the Facebook group. It will come out sometime shortly publicly on YouTube. Anyway, it arrived and I've got the other builds going on at the moment and I just fancied something quick and easy, to be honest. Something which wouldn't take very long to build at all. And in reality, it took me longer to find the Allen keys and sort through the toolbox than what it took me to build the model. Because I cheated and I used dirty hot glue. And to be honest, it felt good. And I'm not ashamed of using hot glue on a model now. That was really, really good. It just glued together and I had it together in about an hour because I was trying to find tools to get it built. And she is here right next to me. There she is, my new victim. Now, I am actually really impressed with this little thing. Honestly, it didn't take very long to build it at all. I've got a little 10 amp ESC in there. I've got a 2000 kV motor on the back. It will weigh up with a little 400 2S battery on the nose, about there. And that gets the CG right. Now, the curious thing is, if I can peel that back off again, its total weight minus the battery is 103 grams. Now, to be honest, it would have been lighter than that if I'd not put some some E6000 glue all the way along the leading edge and on the wingtips as well to make it a little bit more robust. So flying weight was probably, before battery, the weight was probably around 100 grams, which is crazy light little thing. And the more I look at it, I'm thinking, well, I could chuck this out the front. That's why I went and got on and built this one as quickly as I could. Now, I've got a little bit of an issue. The little bug screws which go in the back, I can't find an Allen key which is the right size for it. So, as much as I'd like to fly it today, I can't because I haven't got an Allen key. So I need to get on Amazon Bulls and get some Allen keys ordered. But yeah, super little thing. I'm, really impressed. Obviously, it's not going to be the fastest model in the world, but happy little boy I am. I'm quite impressed with that. I'm going to sit her over there. Yeah, honestly, took less than an hour. Happy days. And I used dirty hot glue and I loved it. Anyway, enough on hot glue. I'm looking forward to chucking that one around. I think it would be great to fly out the front. And by the way, I'm sure many of you have heard me mention before, I have been on the hunt for a little model which I can chuck around. Remember the Flybear? What was it? Flybear 818? Brilliant little model. Perfect for flying around the front. Just do little figures of 8, do loops. Not particularly aerobatic or anything like that, but great just to fly around on a calm morning. That thing should probably do a little bit better and we can do proper loops and things like that with it. Brilliant. Oh, and rolls, of course, which you can't do on the Flybear. Topic number 2 is the Edge 540. So as many of you know, the Gearbest sent us the FMS Edge 540. What a fantastic model. Wow. Absolutely brilliant. I do have the unboxing on there, and you will see that I'm quite an excitable chap, and wow. In short, that episode I will do my best to get out today because it is a really nice model. Haven't even started the build on it yet, but I can tell you, wow, absolutely fantastic. And by the way, all of those of you which are egging me on to FPV it, it's not an FPV model at all. And frankly speaking, I would be concerned on landing the model via FPV because I don't want to damage it. In short, it's too good to be ruined, if that makes sense, by a dodgy landing via FPV. I can do that quite capably, line of sight. So the FMS Edge 540 really is a line of sight model. And I know that many of you are saying, we'll take the cockpit off. I'm sure they sell spares and things like that. But no, it really is a model which we'll be using for some 3D flying. And we'll get it built up. Really straightforward to build. And you need glue in 2 spots, which are to hold the servo little boxes in. Very, very cool. And you'll find out about that when that episode comes out. Next topic. Oh yeah, preparing batteries for rag the nuts off abuse. Very quick episode, well, so about 6 minutes long. What I do to my lipos to prepare them for abuse. Now, very, very straightforward stuff, but on a very serious point, that what I do in that episode has done me really, really well. So I hope that episode helps you. That, again, will be out at some point in the future too. Oh, the Eachine FB90 quad arrived here yesterday. And I hadn't had any mail for days. And then we had a great big stack of it. Happy days. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah, I broke it within 2 minutes, 3 minutes, something like that. In short, what happened, and you'll see that I've got some yellow propellers on the top. And yeah, what happened? In short, they just pinged off. They just pinged off. Obviously, I think what's happened is where they've been in the box for so long, they've been on the motor shaft, they just lost their grippiness, if that makes sense. And one of them pinged off. I broke one of the little guards, which I've got a little bit of super glue in on there. Yeah, pain in the well, yeah, no real surprise really. Oh yeah, also binding this model was a royal pain in the rear, and I haven't got. I've got a little simple tip for you. If you do have one of these models and you've got to short some pins on the far corner, what I actually found, I tried shorting it with a screwdriver. That didn't work. So what I resorted to was using a pair of tiny little long nose pliers and just gripping it and then binding it, and that worked brilliantly. But yeah, looks like really, really good fun. I was actually surprised underneath, which I don't know if you're going to be able to see on the camera or not, it's actually using a carbon fibre frame. And I was genuinely surprised because I thought it was going to be really wallowy because it's quite a heavy model, to be fair. But it's not. It's not wallowy. It doesn't sag too much or as bad as what I was thinking it was going to do. So yeah, not as mental as my little mental 2S quad, but I'm sure that one's not going to burn out motors every 6 or 7 flights or so. Oh, and it did come with some extra motors as well, which I thought was a nice touch. What have I written on here? Yeah, binding it was a cock, used a pair of pliers in the end, and I'm going to say it anyway. Frankly speaking, it's not as shit as I expected it to be. My hopes were not very high for this one, to be frankly honest. I wasn't too sure what I was going to expect, what to expect, and I'm here looking at it, and I'm going to have fun flying that around on Christmas Day. Looks like really good fun, and I've had it around here in the office. I haven't FPV'd it yet, but I've had it floating around here in the office. Brilliant. Watch out, cat. And by the way, we've got 3 cats, and one of them's a bit of a toad, so we'll be chasing that cat around in there. Oh yeah, there was another note on here. It will charge it's 2S batteries, and you get this little USB charger, and it does charge them really quickly. So genuinely surprised on that one. Yeah, and I will be taking her out into the woods, not today, and you'll find out why not today in a few minutes' time. I will take her out into the woods just by the house, and we'll go for a spin through the woods and stuff Really, really cool place down there to fly quads around, and you'll see it in a later episode. Topic number 5. Oh my goodness me, which tab are we after? Wow, look at that! How cool is that? Now, for those of you which don't know, Southwesterly, or Southwesterly is the perfect wind direction for a slope soaring site, not just far from me here in Bristol. Literally 15 minutes in the car, we can be there, and the wind on the slope is basically double the winds which they show on here. So if it was 14 miles per hour, that would be 28 up on the slope minimum, and it would be really good fun at 28 miles an hour. It's perfectly flyable on the slope. But apparently there's the back end of a storm coming through. 41, 44, 42. That's going to be like 80 miles an hour wind on the slope. This is going to be bonkers. I've been in my office looking up to see if I can bore lead so I can stick on my models to help it penetrate in the wind. This is going to be absolutely mental. I have stuck it in the Facebook group for the Bristol guys. I think I might be alone in being the only nut job going up there, but this is just too good to miss. I don't care if I get soaked. 80 mile an hour wind on the slope. Brilliant. Yeah, normally we get maximum gusts of about 40 if we're lucky. Gust up to 80. Wow, absolutely brilliant. I'm really looking forward to today. This is like Christmas come early. Brilliant. Sorry, I get excited about windy weather conditions because then it means it's a slope soaring day. And officially, I've got today off, so I can skive and not feel bad. So, yeah, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Now, our last topic for today is actually a very serious question, is that I would like you to choose the next model which gets reviewed. Okay, so this is me preparing for January. Now, I've got a selection of 5 possible models. Now, the 5th one is a little bit iffy, so do keep that in the back of your mind if you do vote for that one. Okay, but there are 5 models and we're going to walk through them right now. There will be a poll on the YouTube video in the top right hand corner near the end, and I'll put that little note at the end when that comes up. But I'd like for you to vote which model it is, and there will also be a vote over on the Facebook page. And what I'll do is tomorrow is count up the votes from the YouTube video, from the RC Coffee Chat, and I'll count up the votes from the Facebook group, and then we'll make a decision on, well, you make the decision, and I'll post back the results back here tomorrow on which model gets built, and then we'll go and get it built, get it over here, and get it built, and get it flying. So, the first model is the full-size XUAV Talon. So instead of like my mini Talon, which you've seen here a couple of days ago with the nice shiny wings on the top and is due for a maiden, this is actually the full-size the full-size Talon. If we scroll down and take a look at her, so it does very much look like the mini Talon. But in this instance, we've got a basically a 1.7 meter wingspan on there. You can tell that they are concerned about the landing and touching the wings on there because we do have some landing wheels underneath the wings, which is curious. By the way, I've got no idea what motor I need to put in it. And if we scroll on down, yeah, imagine this one with the some more of that chrome finish across the top, a couple of those strobes around the top as well. It would look pretty damn cool, and I am really warming up to the Talon format. I was wrong when I first got her. I did say she was something ugly, and now that I've got her built, she really has been ingrown on me. So this is the full-size Talon, about 1.7 meters. It's got a little dome on the front to stick the FPV camera in there. I thought that was kind of cool. I don't know, well, we'd obviously put a vector in there, and I'm just scrolling down to see what that's what she looks like in the sky. Very, very curious indeed. Yeah, so that's option number 1, but don't place your votes just yet. And, oh, by the way, if any of you are interested in this, by the looks of it, there is a discount code called 20 FPV, and that's what got my attention because I was looking at models this morning. It did pop up with a little code on there, and yeah, so choose coupon code, and it was 20% off. I thought this is where that came from, is that I saw, ooh, 20% off, and then spotted that one. But then I started to have a nose around. The other option is the UAV Claas. So slightly bigger wingspan. Instead of it being a pusher model, this one's got twin motors. So let's scroll down and take a closer look at this one. Have we got some better images in here? Yeah, these images are not doing it justice. So a VTOL, just like before, on the rear. Huge, great big payload capacity. I'm not 100% sure what I would do around the FPV camera right now. Let me just scroll back up onto the top and see if we can zoom in. I'm not entirely sure what I would do for the FPV camera right now. I may go for, again, assuming this is the model which you choose, I would probably go for a pan and tilt mechanism up on the top so that we could pan around and look at the tail and things like that. Dual motors. Very, very cool. The other one would be the Skywalker Eve 2000. So this one's got an even bigger wingspan. Let's take a look at this one. Again, twin engined on there, large payload capacity in there, huge wingspan, but this one's got a single boom out to a T-tail. Now, I will immediately say that my experience with T-tail models have not been good. I do find these T-tails somewhat fragile, if I'm frankly honest. I'm trying to give you like a unbiased opinion on these models. I personally do quite like the Talon, just because I've got the mini Talon, and that one has really grown on me. But any of these, well, hey, look, it's your choice, and I'm just trying to give you as much as an unbiased opinion as possible. Now, I do not know if it's going to be white or black. I do suspect it would be a white version, which I'd end up receiving here. Again, twin motors on the front, huge, great big payload capacity in there. Yeah, whacking great big 2.2 meter wingspan. Very, very curious. And yeah, look at the size of that hold in there. Absolutely bonkers massive. And you can see that to keep the payload up, capacity up high in there, they've been and put plywood side plates, which I've not seen in a EPO foam model before. So very, very curious indeed. And of course, there's plenty of options in here to create sub trays in there as well. So maybe make an extra mountain tray in there for the vector to go on. Huge, great big payload capacity. Yeah, it's something probably like 10,000 milliampere hours in there. And I know other people have done reviews on this one, but that's completely beside the point. I'm more interested in what you would like me to receive so that we can do a review on it and see what it's really like. The other option is the My Twin Dream model. So again, these prices are all about the same. They're not cheap models by any stretch of the imagination. This one is what I would class as more traditionally looking like a model. The reason being it's got a normal inverted T configuration at the back. I'm sure there's a special name for that configuration, but it's not a T-tail, it does not on a boom, and it's not a V-tail either. Twin motors, looks pretty damn cool to be frankly honest. Probably they're all going to be super stable in the sky, but Dave's got the whatever it's called, I forgot now, Twin Star, and that is rock solid in the sky. So we're just having a look at some photos, and there they have put some landing gear on that one. I would be 50-50 if I put landing gear on. If that's the model which you choose, it's 50-50 if I would put landing gear on the model itself. Again, huge, great big payload capacity available to it. And the last option, now this is the one which comes with a note, is that this one is not yet available, and I do not know when it will be available, which is the Wall E2000. Again, an epically huge model. It's probably called 2000 because do we have a 2 meter wingspan? Yes, we do. Let's go back and have a look at these photos. Yeah, huge, great big payload capacity. In this instance, they're showing it using tri-blades on there. Massive, great big hold. Again, they are using plywood to reinforce the hold in there. Absolutely bonkers. absolute bonkers size. And by the looks of it, we've got areas for additional movable surfaces. So this will probably, this one they don't have in stock, but I'm just imagining, let's imagine if we did have this one here with us right now, we would not only, we would have 4 servos, 2 in each wing, and we'd have these outer surfaces as the ailerons. We'd probably have these inner ones set up as ailerons as well, but also probably flaps as well to help us slow down on the way back home. Yeah, really, really nice construction in there, but do be aware this one is not available yet. So I'm going to quickly go back and recap the options. We have the full-size Talon. I think that model is pretty damn cool after having the mini Talon here. It is, again, look at that dome on the front. How curious is that? Very, very curious. So we got the normal size Talon. That's the one which prompted me for us to have this conversation today. I don't know. Do you like that one? If you do, I will be putting the vote section up in a few more seconds' time. The next one is the Clouds. This one is a twin motor model, so very similar to the Talon, which we saw a few moments ago. But this one's got twin motors on there. Again, VTEL configuration, and the length of the cord on this one, especially in that middle section, is very, very long. Again, probably have to set up some form of pan and tilt to go on that one, which I can do on any of these models just because of the size of them. The next one is the Skywalker Eve. Again, twin motors, but a T-tail boom configuration on there. Like I said, I do have reservations about the sturdiness of that T-tail. That's just been my experience with T-tails, T-tail based models. They're just fragile, in short. The other option is the My Twin Dream MTD, a very normal looking model. And I say normal because imagine that in the sky, that would almost look like a real aircraft. Huge, great big payload capacity inside of it. Plenty of room to put FPV. Again, you won't see that on there. Plenty of room to put FPV gear up on the front. They can see they've got a Mobius on the top. So you could have the Mobius on the top. You could have your FPV camera down there. There's lots of different options. The same with them all. And the last option is the Skywalker Eve. The Skywalker Wall E2000, but do be aware that this one is not available yet. So I do not know when that one's going to come in, and I know that one has been on pre-order or alert me on arrival for a very, very long time on Banggood. I would say about 2 months already. So with that said, there is going to be a vote right now in the top right hand corner of this video episode. You'll need to click on that and then make your selection. I will also put the same vote over on the Facebook page, so if you are in the Facebook group, then you can get to vote twice on which model you would like to see. Yeah, very, very cool. You get to choose. That's the nice thing. This is why I'm doing this. Which model would you like to see purchased and then built, and then we will see what it's like in the air. I thought that was a really cool idea. You get to choose and you get to vote on which one it is. And remember, by approximately 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, the vote will be over, and I'll summarize. Well, I'll just go and count up the votes from both the YouTube episode and from the Facebook group. Whichever one has the highest amount of votes, we will go and get it bought, and we'll go and get it built, and that will be a project for us in the new year. Happy days. Right, where's my coffee? I can see we've been chatting for 24 minutes, so I'm going to quickly summarise what we've been and covered today. Number 1, new flying wing. I used hot glue, and it's dirty, and I felt good. I'm really looking forward to flying that. I really must get some Allen keys today, so I can get that motor sat on there. And what else? Oh yeah, the FMS Edge unboxing episode. Wow, I was age 12 and 1/4 unboxing that one. Wow, what a model. Absolutely, what a model. Number 3 is that we do have some episodes coming out very shortly. One of those is prepping batteries for abuse. Let me go back to there. And I'll put links to all of these in the video description for you. Yeah, that one. I'm looking forward to flying it. You'll find out in the Facebook group how she does as soon as I can find an Allen key which will fit it. And no, I will not be slope soaring it today. Not in that. Bonkers wins! Brilliant! Anyway, coming back to topic, we had the Fatbee FB90. I broke it already. I feel kind of proud. The next one is topic which we covered. Yeah, mental win reports. That is going to be bonkers up there today. Absolutely brilliant. Need to go and find some more lead to put on the slope soaring wings to help them penetrate, because I am a bit concerned about 80-mile-an-hour winds. It's going to be fun. I will keep you updated on Facebook, by the way, on what actually happens. And the last topic is you get to pick the model. So if you didn't vote, there's a little round circle with an eye in it in the top right hand corner. Click on that one and you'll be able to make a vote up there. I'm going to quickly recap. The full-size Talon, and remember that's the one which started off this idea, is because I quite like the mini Talon, so I was looking at the full-size Talon, and then he offered 20% off, and I was thinking, well, if I'm going to spend that, I better go and choose a model which you would like to see. So we have to quickly recap. We have the Talon, we have the Clouds, we have the Skywalker Eve, or we have the My Twin Dream. Again, that's probably a better image of her. Oh, and of course, we also have the Wall E2000 as well, but do take a note on that one. That one isn't available, and I do not know when it's going to be in, and it has been on Alert Me on Arrival for quite a long period of time. You get to vote. If you have not placed your vote yet, there's an I symbol in the top right hand corner. Click on that I symbol and you will be able to make your vote. And remember, if you are in the Facebook group, you do get the option to vote twice. So on that note, from myself, Matt, thank you ever so much for watching today's RC Coffee Chat. If you are out flying today, have fantastic fun. And by the way, when it comes to slope soaring, there's nothing like too much wind. This is going to be bonkers. Brilliant. And on that note, I'm going now. Thank you for joining me for today's RC Coffee Chat, and I'll see you tomorrow. Cheerios!